Let's check the highlights here. Cam Newton swaggered in, conveying confidence, showing tremendous charisma. We thought it was Vince Young-like, the way he kind of elevated his Texas teammates when they knocked off USC for the national championship. Well, Michael James, also a Heisman finalist, Doak Walker Award winner, would have his most frustrating night as the ultimate prize, the crystal ball, awaited. But the adrenaline of the moment, guys, both quarterbacks really struggled early. It was a shaky start. Darren Thomas, the off-target throw off the hand of Kenyon Barner, and Damon Washington, the senior corner, makes the pick.
Well, we said that 37 days between the games, the offense is going to struggle early.
And then it was Cam Newton's turn to make a mistake. Adrenaline, he sails this pass, and Cliff Harris makes another pick.
Well, you know, I think Cam made a poor judgment and decision there. Nobody took the guy to the flat. You know, Auburn was effective in throwing that route throughout this game and hit a couple big plays on it, but he made a poor choice right there, and it cost him.
6th interception this season for Harris, the playmaker. Newton, though, not rattled. Ensuing drive for Oregon. Thomas pressured. Again, Zach Etheridge makes a pick. This time it's down in the red zone. That was the story for Oregon. They couldn't convert in the red zone fairly with the pressure, Urban.
Well, both turnovers were because of pressure and then a bad throw, a tip pass. Anytime you can force a quarterback to have to throw that ball early, the receiver wasn't even turned around yet.
Anybody expect a scoreless first quarter? Early in the second quarter. Look at the penetration once again. Down near the goal line, the spread unable to be effective. They just couldn't block number 90.
Well, and this play is actually designed not to block him, but the quarterback's got to read it, and he probably should have given the ball off here, and I think we walk in. Oregon would walk in.
They settled for a field goal. It's 3-0, and finally in the second quarter, Newton would heat up. He would begin throwing accurate passes. Gus Malzahn would get in a play-calling rhythm, and Oregon's defense struggled to contain receivers in space. Cody Burns, the converted quarterback, his first.
You saw his touchdown reception.
Season puts the Tigers on top, Nick.
Well, you know, the bubble pass is a big-time play for Auburn. So they actually overplay the bubble pass, and nobody takes the vertical receiver. It ends up being a big play for Auburn and a touchdown.
How about the guts of this call? After reversing the kickoff, return doesn't work. They throw it deep on the first play, and there's Jeff Mayo loose for a long gain. He is tracked down after an 81-yard gain.
Huge momentum shift. Auburn scored a touchdown. They run a fake kickoff return reverse. It does not work. They come right out from his own end zone and hit an 81-yard big play.
That would be the longest play of the championship game, but it took until 3rd down. 3rd and 6 from the 8. Somehow they leave Michael James wide open in the backside.
That was a throwback, and it was a second play. They got everybody going one way, whoop, the other way.
Just the 2nd touchdown reception of the season for the man who scored 21 as a runner. Then they steal a point. Yes. It's the 2-point conversion on the option as the punter, Jackson Rice, the pitch to Rob Beard, catches the Tiger. And look at the athletic play by the kicker.
Well, you know, that was a great call, actually. You know, I think if you're going to go for 2, sometimes it's good to do it early and sort of mess up the multiples in the game from a score standpoint, and Chip Kelly certainly did that.
It was 11-7. That would prove huge later on. Newton lowers the shoulder time and again. He would pick up the first down with runs and clutch throws. Nobody all season has been able to stop this.
Well, I tell you what, one thing that Auburn is very effective at, when it is 3rd down and 5 or less, Cam Newton really makes a lot of plays with his feet, whether it's a pass or a running play.
They expect to run it on 4th down. This is maybe the easiest throw of his life, but he short arms it to Eric Smith, incomplete. Oregon makes a stand. They have a shovel pass and pick up yardage right after this incompletion, and you think they're going to get out from the shadow of their goal line. But a penalty pushes them back, and that is huge. As Jizzy's defense comes up with the play, Michael James hit in the backfield by Fairley's backup, Mike Blank.
Well, that's a 9-point swing. Oregon goes in, or Auburn goes in to score. Safety by Oregon. That's a complete change of momentum in the game.
11-9, and then on the ensuing drive, 1st and 10 from the 30. Newton escapes pressure. Emory Blake is wide open down the field.
That was a swing route. He made man for man against the linebacker. It was all over.
Yeah, how are you going to have 58 Kenny Rowe, a linebacker?
You know, this is one of Auburn's favorite plays, especially when they put the formation into the boundary. The linebacker's got to run with it through there with the flat defender. They mismatched them, and they had another big play on this later in the game.
No teams ever lost a BCS championship game after leading at halftime. They have been 11-0. Auburn gets the ball to start the second half. Time and again, Oregon's defense would have to come up with stops. They're going to hang in the game, but they give up the big ball here to Lutzenkirchen.
And it's really the same route.
Same route, no pressure. Here, watch.
This is a different guy.
But watch Cam Newton, how much time he has as well. I mean, that offensive line's manhandling Oregon right there. There's no pressure whatsoever on the quarterback.
Well, at least the backer this time tried to take him, but he couldn't match up with him.
They would get to 3rd and 5, and then Cody Burns overthrown by Newton. They would settle for a field goal. It was 19-11, still a one-possession game, and Oregon's defense relieved to get a stop right there. LaMichael James picks up 5 yards after the play. Fairley whistled for a personal foul as he kind of shoved James' face in the ground. He's been doing a lot of that with the Big Ten official right there. It cost him 15 that time. Got away with it a lot during the regular season. Darren Thomas, again, pursued by Fairley. Oregon fortunate to recover the fumble.
And this is another one of those mismatches up front. You know, Nick Fairley has made so many big plays for them all year. That's another big sack.
On 43, another gamble by Chip Kelly on special teams. And Rice shows the touch. They actually had him covered, but the receiver got open. First down.
This is the first time I've seen Oregon play live. And some of the calls, that's aggressive ball, and it gives his kids a chance to win.
Lavassier 2-A. Back after a knee injury, juggles it, pulled down at the 2-yard line. Demetrius McNeil makes a touchdown-saving tackle at the 3. Look at the focus by 2-A. Picks up 43. It's 1st and goal. Huge moment in the game. Barner, stuff for a loss. Again, the spread shows its weakness.
Yes.
Can't go under center, and Thomas isn't 250 like Newton is, Nick.
Well, they showed the blitz there. And then on the second play, they actually showed the blitz. Oregon called the run. They got out of the blitz and still stopped them.
3rd and goal from the 5. Well, Michael James wasn't in there for the sequence. He had a hand injury, so it's Barner down to the 1. So they're going to go for it on 4th down. And again, it's not James, but Barner. And the wide run stopped as Fairley got in there again to penetrate.
Well, there's a difference between a spread and a single wing. And down there, you want to be in a single wing and let your big quarterback or your big tailback run the ball.
Oregon's offense, guys, was shut out for 38 minutes span of this game. So we go to the 4th quarter. Newton scrambling. Huge play here. Ball is punched loose by Casey Matthews. A first big mistake by Newton since the 1st quarter. Oregon down 8 is in business.
But you know, sometimes when a quarterback carries the ball like this, and Cam Newton does it sometimes, this is just a heads-up play by Matthews to punch it out from behind. It's a big play in the game and got the momentum back to Oregon.
Ensuing possession, 3rd and 5 from the Auburn 40. Again, it's Lavassier 2-A, and he's open, but Thomas could not make the critical throw right there. So it's 4th and 5. DJ Davis in traffic, gets a nice screen from the umpire there. Etheridge rubbed off by the official, and it's 1st down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, this was a bunch pass, and they blitzed and were in man-to-man and rubbed the guy off and made a big play and got him down there ready to score.
So again, it's 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 from the 2. And James on the shovel pass inside scores the touchdown.
They got to trick him to get a touchdown, not run it in. That was a trick play.
2-point conversion to tie it in the final 2.5 minutes. Jeff Mail back against the grain. Leaping catch in traffic. 19 apiece. Somehow Oregon equal in this game after just hanging on.
I tell you, 23 after watching this guy play, I stood next to him. He's not the greatest looking player, but he is a heck of a football player. He made plays all night.
So what would happen in the final possession? With Cam Newton with a couple of timeouts be able to navigate in the last 2.5 minutes. Michael Dyer, the freshman, 5 yards there as the Oregon defensive line freezes. And so did Dyer until the sideline told him you never touch the ground. 37 yards later, it's a 1st down inside the 25. They reviewed it, and the call on the field stood.
Well, this is really, you know, defensive players must finish the play. I know it looks like the guy's down here, but he really isn't. It's a tremendous effort, second effort by Michael Dyer. Great balance and body control to continue this run, but it is the play that put them in field goal range, and what a play.
Inches from being down, but that moment of hesitation, all 22 guys in the field stopped playing. Dyer, but Elliott muscled down, and this was called a touchdown. They reviewed this one, and this time the call did not stand. They ruled that his knee was down. So with 10 seconds to go, a decision. Newton would go back on the field. You can see it's a good call. Back on the field.
I wondered, I questioned that call right there.
I wondered
what if he fumbled
tried to
the
get
ball?
in, didn't he?
Yeah, but what if he fumbled the ball? He didn't need a touchdown. He didn't need a touchdown. Byron was going to make the kick.
It didn't look like they were trying to score, but they were already in the middle of the field, have a good kicker.
Yeah.
A great kicker who finishes a great career.
Yeah.
As we said, his 6th game-winning field goal, his 3rd this season, and Gene Chizik. In year 2 at Auburn, they were just 3-5 in the conference a year ago. Had those 4 comebacks from double-digit. And the Gatorade bath, very sweet. Coach's trophy goes to Auburn. Finally, perfection is rewarded. They've had 3 undefeated seasons in the last 20 years. Nobody in college football has had more. But Terry Bowden's perfect team in '93 couldn't win a title because they were on probation from the Pat Dye era. And in 2004, the 13-0 team, denied by the BCS system, didn't get a chance to win it on the field because USC and Oklahoma played. And finally, in 2010 season, 10 days into 2011, a perfect season is rewarded for Auburn. They win their first national championship since '57, and that wasn't a consensus title.